Hey guys, Will Perry here, American basketball player. Keep watching and listening to Ball Chat with Kenny Bamidele on Impact Business Radio and Impact TV.
A good day and welcome to another edition of Ball Chat with Kenny on Impact Television. This is where we discuss everything basketball. And today on the program, I have a special guest in Will Perry. Of course, that is one name Nigerians know so well because of what he did at the Basketball Africa League with River Supers Basketball Club. Yes, he was one of the best shooters in that tournament, sinking in those threes back to back, and it's about to sink some of them today on this chat. So I've got Will Perry right here on board Chat with Kenny. Good day to you, Will Perry.
How's it going?
Yeah, everything is going well. And how is basketball right there? How's basketball in Rwanda going too?
Yeah, it's really good. Like you said, I'm in Rwanda. It's a beautiful country, good basketball league, so everything's going well for me.
Yeah, that's perfect. But quick one, what inspired you to start playing basketball? What inspired you?
Um, you know, I I don't want to make it up, so I don't remember, but I know I started playing like when I could walk. So.
Okay, now talking about your stint in Africa, I know you've played for an African team before you played for River Supers Basketball Club, but how does it feel like to play with River Supers? That is the first Nigerian team you're going to play for. How does it feel like?
It felt amazing, really. At first, when I signed to River Supers, it was kind of a mystery, like they hadn't had much success in the BAL, Nigeria as a
Yeah,
whole. And of course, let's not lie to ourselves. We know like the problems in Nigeria with the federation and stuff. So it was a mystery. I was a little bit nervous, but I was pleasantly surprised by the people, like the club, the teammates, like just a lot of good people in the basketball ecosystem in Nigeria. So it was a little bit confusing on why like Nigeria can't get it together, because I thought the people were great and like ambitious and hardworking.
yeah.
So it was an overall great experience and a little bit surprising about how good it was.
Yeah, I want to hear what you think about basketball in Nigeria overall.
I think that there's no question that like there's talent in Nigeria. Like the players of Nigeria, the young players that are just playing outside on courts or that are playing in the league that they have,
Yeah.
or players that go outside and play in America or Europe, are amazing. Like the talent level is top notch. Maybe the best in Africa, honestly. Nigeria's talent is top notch. Now everything else is not good. The structure, the federation, the youth coaching is all really, really bad. Now, who's to blame for that? I don't know, but that's just the truth. So I think like as an anecdotal experience that I had, it was amazing because of like the talent level of the players, like the commitment, the passion, the stuff of the people. But man, the organization and the structure of the Nigerian league, and the facilities were really bad, man. And they weren't. Just gonna add on to that, like I've been in Africa like 3 years. I've been to several different like places, like countries, like Rwanda. I speak good about Rwanda Federation because they do a good job. They're structured, like they try their best. Like yeah, they don't have everything together. They make mistakes, but like they try. There's not power struggles or structural issues. Like they do their best. So I'm telling you the truth. When I went to Nigeria, I saw the truth. It's not the players. The players are talented, hardworking. They want to be good. It's just the structure, man. And hopefully one day that can change because if it does, Nigeria will probably they may be going to win the ball championship every year if they get serious.
Okay, if we get serious, we're going to win the Bar Championship every year. That's a very good one coming from Wee Perry. All right. And
Yeah,
what do you think the
of course.
administrators need to do in order to fasten or rekindle the growth of basketball in Nigeria?
Yeah, so I don't know like anybody in the federation, or I don't know like what the internal struggle is. All I know is like there's no league. So like the first thing they need to do is make a league, okay, a professional league. Now, if that means you have two teams in the league because those are the only two teams that are going to take it serious, pay the
Yeah.
players, have a facility that's playable, then just have two teams in the league, man. Like you start small. Like if a
So
team is not serious, kick
just
them out
have
of the league. If
two
they don't want to be
teams, two
serious, no problem.
serious teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Just have a league. The first year, if it's only two teams that are serious, say, okay, That's the league. You know, you play each other 10 times and then you play in the finals. You know, whatever. The next year there'll be 3, and the next year there'll be 7, and you know, yeah, you're laughing, but I'm serious,
No,
man. You have
I
to
really,
start from the bottom and go
yeah,
step by step. If you let 7 teams in the league that aren't serious, that don't have a facility, that don't pay the players, that treat the players like crap,
yeah,
then it just looks bad, and your league will crumble like the Nigerian league did. So you start small, step by step, and you do things the
yeah,
right way.
yeah.
And then yeah, facilities is just I guess investment. I don't know what they can do there. Rwanda has an advantage; like their government is very very good. They invest in sports. I don't know much about the Nigerian government, but maybe they can get some private investing. Like man, we played one scrimmage game in Lagos where like the floor was slippery. There's holes in the ceiling. You know, like it rained and we couldn't practice. So like these things, like it's investment, but it's important, and especially for kids. Like when they come and see a game that's a serious
Yeah.
game, they're going to be inspired and only get better. But if they come to the game and they see people sliding on the floor, trust me, it's not gonna be good for them.
You know what, Will Perry? I'm sorry I'm laughing, but you just stayed in Nigeria for a few weeks and you know all of these things is really crazy because I mean I mean that's
I was
just pure
there for a
fact.
while, man. I was there.
Last
Yeah, I mean,
year,
we talk. I talk to a lot of people too, and like I talk
yeah,
about. I talk to people and found out what goes on, and so it's just my
yeah.
opinion. I'm not saying I'm right.
The pre-Olympics tournament. I mean the one that the Olympics tournament where we have Nigeria and all other African nations come play. The likes of Chimeze Metu, I think he's now in Spain. He's going to be playing for Barcelona come next season. The likes of KO was also present, and Michael Eric. These guys did not get the best of trainings. I was closer to this team. I know how they were complaining. Their training kit, they had to wash and wear them. The federation did not
Yeah,
provide the needed, support for them. Now, the qualifier started, they lost both games. A lot of reactions on social media. Yeah, these guys are professionals. They should have done well. But it is easier said than done. They are humans, not robots. Do you get? So if you're trying to say that,
man.
oh, the players should have done well when the lead up to the tournament wasn't too good, if you're in their shoes, what would you do?
That's cool on the beat.
Purchase your tracks today.
Now, look at basketball growth in Africa. South Sudan, they just conducted Olympic Games, really shocked the entire universe because of how they performed. No gold medal, but what they did was more than a gold medal. A country that only started playing basketball less than a decade. And looking at what Liu Deng has done. The growth of basketball in Africa, looking at South Sudan, what can you say to how fast they have actually grown when it comes to the game of basketball?
Yeah, first of all, that was amazing. Like I was cheering for them. That was so cool. Amazing job by them. Like I said, South Sudan is similar to Nigeria, man. Just has amazing talent, and they just cultivated it in a few years. And I'm sure they had great structure, great physio. all the players were happy. Whatever they needed, they got. And then their performance, happened as it did. It's no secret, man. Like you can bring LeBron James to the Nigerian national team, but if he's if you don't help him with the small details and the structure and the good doctor, good playing conditions, good bed to sleep in, if you don't give him that, he's not going to play like LeBron James. And then everyone's going to say, "How's LeBron not playing great?" Well, it's because of this, and this. So that's what's missing in Africa, that mindset. But South Sudan got it. They had the right mindset, and look what happened. Like it's no secret, man. The talent is there. The talent is everywhere. African players are unbelievable.
Rwanda, one of the countries I'd like to visit very soon is Rwanda because I know they are taking basketball really serious. I mean, sports in general, and it is yielding results. It is yielding very good results. What can you say as to basketball in Rwanda, Will Perry?
Yeah, basketball in Rwanda is definitely like growing, man. So the good thing they have in Rwanda is like the government supports sports a lot. So obviously they have investment, they have a nice arena, they have some good conditions to play. And the youth, there's youth camps, and the youth are watching a league that is professional, like when you come watch my team play against, APR team, the kids are watching real professional basketball in great conditions, and so they're getting really inspired. So that generation is gonna believe they can, go into sport, and it's amazing. Rwanda, they haven't had like a ton of success in the BAL, I guess per se, but everyone knows about Rwanda. They've hosted the event in the BAL, so they're on the pathway to greatness. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it's going to take time, but they're going to be an amazing basketball country.
Take a look at some basketball players in Africa, and of course the talent level, and that was part of what you've mentioned earlier on, saying that Africa, we've got that talent, we've got those talented basketball players, but the only issue now is getting to see them play abroad. I can say in Nigeria, there are a couple of basketball players I know that are doing too well. They're like the superstars in Nigeria. I mean, Ofia Abel is one of them. That is also this young guy plays for Rivers Supers, but he wasn't part of the Bao team. He's the junior brother of Victor Anthony Coco. He's also one very good player, the junior brother of and of course, there is also a couple of names like that. But what can you say as to some of these players lacking the chance to go abroad? Now, I saw the ball. I watched Ofia Abel. The first game was a bit shaky, where he had a pass and the ball slipped off his end. I think I saw that first game for Ofia Abel. What do you think is the reason for African basketball players, the young and talented, not getting the chance to go abroad to play for some of the modest teams abroad?
Yeah, I mean, what you said about Abel, like Abel is a really good player, but that was probably his first time in a environment with like all professional players. It's not easy, man. Just because you missed the ball one time, that doesn't mean you don't play. that's not how. We had a good team, man. It's not easy to play if you're like a 19-year-old kid that only played local league. Like our Nigerian players did a great job. We had like 5 or 6 real professionals that have played abroad in really high level leagues. So it's not easy to play minutes, man. So it's funny when people say like, "Oh, Nigerian guy, they didn't play that many minutes." Man, it's not easy. Like, So anyway, I think the main problem, to be honest, man, is the visa process. Like the 2 guys you mentioned, Abel, and you mentioned Anthony, who I know really well, who's a fantastic player. He could play abroad. I mean, he could play abroad in Europe right now easily. In a lower division and learn and try to work his way up, but it's hard to get a visa. Nigeria is one of the hardest places to get a visa in the world, man. And that's for the United States or Europe. That's just the truth. So it's really more of a practical reason, lack of access to visas of why some of these young guys aren't getting to go. I know if you go to the NBA Academy, it's a lot easier, but getting the NBA Academy is next to impossible too. So to answer your question, like it's more of a practical reason. Like the visa process is really hard. But Anthony and guys like Abel, like they could really benefit from playing abroad because in Nigeria right now there's nothing. So it sucks, but you gotta leave. You gotta go get experience at a professional level.
Looking at the Rivers Supers basketball team, they are the best team in Nigeria right now. In fact, the top 3 best team in Africa right now. They have a coach in Ugo Dadu. I mean, my very good friend. He's been in the game for a long time. He understands what it takes to manage a Nigerian side. And he's had a couple of experience internationally. He's been with Mike Brown, with the Sacramento Kings, I think it was last year. And recently, he's also back in the US for the coaching course for Bal and all of that. What can you say that Rivers Supers are doing right that other Nigerian team, beg your pardon, need to do right there?
Yeah, I don't know much about the other Nigerian teams. All I know is like I think a team called the Falcons went to BAL one year, last year. So I saw them play. Um, but River Supers, what did they do right? So River Supers this year did a lot right. I mean, the management. It started with the management. It started with Ife, the GM, did a great job. He wanted to win, so he got serious. He took care of the players. He did his best to get a good physio, good doctor, good practice sessions, like I told you, good conditions. Like, he can take a lot of things in and then,
Yeah.
listen with a grain of salt and then put his spin on it. He's not a coach
Yeah.
that shuts everything out and it's like my way or the highway.
Yeah.
So I think he did a really good job of that. And he's just a good guy. Like, when you're a good person, man, like, it's really easy for us to play for you because, we want to fight for you because we think you deserve to win or you deserve Coach of the Year. So we're going to fight tooth and nail to try to get you to that level, and he's like super easy to play for and fight for. So I think those two guys deserve a lot of the credit for River Super.